So if you're a beginner, in this video, I'm going to take your right hand solo from something basic like this. Let's pick a simple song. Let's say Joy to the World. So something like this. Okay, to something much more fuller and richer like this. So you can see the first way we played this song sounded kind of empty, and that's because we used single notes, okay, to play it. But the second one sounded kind of fuller and richer, okay, that is more harmonized because we are using chords in our right hand, okay, to fill in those empty spaces. So this was one of my greatest questions while I was starting out, but in this video I'll be sharing with you how you can achieve this as a beginner. So to go straight to the point, the general idea behind this is just always making sure we always keep the melodic notes as the highest note in our right hand chord, okay? Get the concept. To always make sure we keep each melodic note as the highest note in our right hand chord, okay? So what do we mean by highest note in a chord? So for example, let's pick this chord. This chord, the highest note in this chord I'm holding is this note, which is C, okay? That is the notes at the, okay, right side of the piano, or the notes with the highest frequency or pitch rather, okay? That is C. So if I play this, the highest note in this chord is G, okay? If I play this, the highest note in this chord is E. So you get the concept. So this is what we always want to do whenever we are soloing with our right hand. We always want to keep the melody as the highest note in our right hand chord. So this is just kind of like the general idea behind this. But let me give you some kind of, let's say, steps you can take as a beginner to be able to achieve this. So the first step is to first get comfortable with soloing with single notes. This should be your first goal, okay? I believe this is kind of like the foundation of soloing with chords. You need to have idea of how to solo with single notes first, okay? So your first goal should be to get comfortable with soloing with single notes. That is in your right hand, okay? Okay, this should be your first goal or first target, okay? So when you get comfortable with soloing with single notes, the next step to now take is now to build chords underneath each of the melody in that particular song, okay? And most time, the choice of chords you are going to use when building chords beneath each of the melody are chords that contain that melody, okay? Get the concept. So for example, let's say our melodic note is C. So what chord are we going to build underneath this C, okay, to harmonize it? Most percentage of the time, the chord that we work with this, that will harmonize this, are chords that contain C. So I could build this chord, which is this, okay, this chord. I could build C major chord, C, E, G, okay? So if this is our melody, I could build this chord underneath this because it contains C. So this is C in the chord, okay? I could also use, let's say, maybe this is our melody. I could choose to play this chord, okay? So if you look at this very well, you see this is A minor chord, second inversion. So this is the root form, the first inversion, and the second inversion. So I'm using this voicing because I want to keep the melody on top, okay? So this is the chord I'm building underneath this melody to harmonize it. And I'm using this chord because it contains C. So this is the A minor chord. You can see C, and that's why I'm using it to harmonize this, okay? So I hope you get the concept. The idea is just building chords underneath each melody. But the choice of chord you are going to use most times should contain that melodic note, okay? So for example, in the song Joy to the World, watch this. So you can see the melody is always on top. Okay, joy, joy. So instead of just playing joy, okay, I did like this. I built this chord underneath this. Okay, so okay, okay, this is the melody. Joy to the world. So this is the melody, then I build another chord underneath this. Okay, that is A minor chord. Okay, so I'm building this chord underneath. Actually, this A minor chord here might not contain G. That is the basic triad. But if we add the 7 to it, that is if we should extend the chord, that is, you see G is now found in the chord. So that means A can still work. So that's why we use this. Okay, so if we proceed, okay, this is the melody. This is the melody, always on top. Okay, so I hope you get the general idea. The idea is just making sure we always keep the melody as the highest note in our right hand chord. Whichever way we are playing the melody of the song, just find chords that contain that melodic note and build it underneath the melody. Another thing you want to consider is the hand positioning, okay, or let's say your fingering. So most times you want to play the melody with your pinky, which is your last finger. Okay, so you want to play it most times with the pinky so that you're going to like create more fingers for the chords you are going to build underneath this melody. Okay, so for example, if this is our melody, I'm going to use this, then I've created fingers that I can use, okay, to harmonize this melody. So if we pick another song, let's say Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, for example, I can play it with chords. Okay, this is the first melody. I'll just build chord underneath this. So okay, instead of I did, okay, this is the next. I can play this. Okay, okay, you can see. So the melody is always on top. Okay,